Crysis is a really cool game, and it's a lot of fun, but it is significantly more difficult than Call of Duty, especially, you know, if you're just starting out, which is why I don't think it's going to dethrone COD, which is what a lot of people are saying. And it's also what they said about Crysis 2 back during, like, Black Ops 1, so, you know, I guess people just don't learn. But I do think it might very well be a better game, which is something I'll talk about in a video I'm going to release later today, so stay tuned. But for now, you know, if you want to play the game, it's a free download off the dashboard, and it's a lot of fun, and I think this gameplay will demonstrate, you know, just how exciting it can be. It's also very refreshing if you're getting burnt out on COD or whatever you play. Let me also say that I will be buying this game when it comes out, because I do think it's a lot of fun. But like I said, it is very difficult in general, and especially starting out because it has a very steep learning curve, and it also has a steep leveling curve, which Call of Duty players are not going to be used to. The engine itself plays a lot like Battlefield. The gun recoil is on par with Battlefield gun recoil if you play Battlefield, but it's got COD's game pace. You know, it's very quick, which is a very nice combination. And I know people compare it to Halo very often, but other than the fact that it's set in the future and you have special technical powers, it is nothing like Halo. So don't, you know, don't confuse it. It's basically a nice combination of Call of Duty and Battlefield. So if you do plan on giving the beta a shot, if you've already have it but you're having some struggles, here's my advice to you. These are the things that I've learned and picked up and used in the, you know, 48 hours I've been playing it. All right. First of all, you got to burst fire. That's something a lot of Call of Duty players are very bad at. But anything more than shotgun range in this game, you have to burst fire, and your instincts are going to scream at you to hold the trigger down. You have to ignore that impulse. I promise you, you will get the kill faster burst firing, because you will miss so many more shots if you're firing full auto. Radar, radar, radar. This game is won and lost on the radar. People can tag you like in Battlefield, call you out with a button basically, and now you appear on everyone's minimap. And I'm not sure if there's a counter for that, and I don't think it even tells you you've been tagged. So if you've been seen by an enemy, there's a very good chance you are on every enemy's radar, as if there were a UAV in the air. So always be on your toes, and keep it in your head that you could be attacked at any moment. This will work your way too, because, you know, obviously your teammates are going to tag out the enemy, and always be looking at that map, because I promise there will be red dots on it that you can move towards and, you know, attack. And just know that they might see you too, but hey, I've always said the best defense is a good offense. So just remember, radar, radar, radar. Or as a real estate agent would put it, location, location, location. Now along those lines, this game rewards teamwork in a way Call of Duty does not. If you are by yourself and a bad guy has your red dot on his map, you are a dead man. But if you make a concentrated effort of sticking around your teammates, you will do better. And I don't mean you have to stay right on the hip of some random and follow him around, but stay in the general area, you know, 10 to 30 feet of your teammates. Even if they're randoms, you'll do better, because what will happen is, you know, maybe a bad guy has your red dot on his map, but he doesn't have your teammates yet. He's going to get the drop on you, get hit markers first, and typically that means you're dead. But if you turn on him, get a shot off, your teammate gets a shot off, it'll save your life, and especially if you're in the proximity of, you know, 2 or 3 of your teammates. And so if you try to stay in the general area of your teammates, you will do a lot better, because it works vice versa too. Like, so say a bad guy comes after one of your teammates, you look at where he's getting shot from, and you take the guy out, and even if he killed your buddy, it's still a free kill. So stay around your team. You need to let your shields recharge after every fight. Probably the biggest and only similarity this game has to Halo is that if your shields are down, you will not win a gunfight against somebody whose shields are up. It's not like Call of Duty where you can drop a 5-kill streak one shot away from death. If you're low health and shields, and you get the drop on a guy with full health and shields, even if he's like faced the other way, and you get the first half clip on him, he can turn around and take you out. So anytime you get wounded, just wait a couple seconds before moving on with your day. You know, a good way to do this is hit right bumper for stealth mode, which will grant you invisibility. Crouch in a discreet area, particularly somewhere that has a lot of detail or shadow, like shrubs and corners are very good spots. You'll see I use this tactic a lot in this match, and it works out in my favor, obviously. If you're invisible in front of something very one-dimensional, I believe the proper term is like monochromatic or something, bad guys are going to be able to pick up on your outline. You want to make sure there's multiple colors and lots of detail wherever you're hiding with your invisibility. Don't use your kill streak rewards until the proper time. You'll see in this match I'll get like the Swarmer, and I make sure I save it until I'm at the crash site, because what I don't want to happen is I'll whip it out and get killed from behind on my way there, and now a bad guy just stole my Swarmer. Same when I get the Max Nano Suit, I don't whip it out till I'm at the crash site because I want to get the most out of it. So save your kill streaks until you're at the point that you want to use them. Down on the D-pad to use kill streaks, right on the D-pad to whip out grenades, RB for stealth mode. Those are some of the important controls that took me a couple matches to figure out. Other than that, the controls are very similar to Call of Duty. Melee is melee, but in this game it's going to be, as opposed to a one-hit knife kill, it's going to be a double pummel for the kill, which is, I guess, another similarity to Halo. Also, if you're having trouble with the Scar's recoil, tap select and then hit B and switch from the reflex to the scope attachment. It's a lot easier to use, and the recoil is going to mess with you in this game, especially because if you're coming from Call of Duty to Battlefield, you're dropping 30 frames per second. Or not Call of Duty to Battlefield, Call of Duty to Crysis. I believe Crysis is 30 frames per second. Call of Duty is 60. Crysis seems like it's 30. I don't know that for sure, but it's a big drop in frames per second, and so it's going to take you a while to adjust to that. Just your aiming reflexes and stuff like that. If you've played Battlefield before, you're going to be able to pick up this game a lot easier as if you had just played Call of Duty or Halo. But yes, this is a very neat game. I've thoroughly enjoyed it so far. And the beginning streak in this match that you saw, that was fucking exhilarating. My heart was pumping, and I was getting all excited about it. The numbers that pop up when you do stuff, when you get points or get a kill or whatever, they're a lot more satisfying in this game than Call of Duty. And I felt that way about Battlefield too. I think it's because they're bigger and they're a lot more colorful. But anyways, I'm very much looking forward to this game's release. I hope, there's only so much advice I can give. I hope it will help you somewhat. It's a good something to start off of. But a lot of it's going to come down to just learning the map and learning how to play. And once you do kind of get into it, once you play like 5, 6, 10 matches, you'll start to get the hang of it, the pacing. You'll get used to that 30 frames per second, and you'll do a lot better. Just try not to get discouraged in those first couple of rounds, because those first couple of rounds are going to be rough. Especially because the level curve is so steep. Like, there are going to be players who already have all these, super advanced perks and attachments, and they're going to have this advantage over you that you don't understand. That's going to be very frustrating. But just stay positive, hang in there. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. The game does get better once you understand it. Happy hunting. This is Batman signing out.